resulted that Phobius mid once again. It really doesn't feel like a Homeboys kind of. Well, it does. It does appear on brand though,
right?
It is on
Especially
brand.
for Warlord. He has War and Lord in his name. But ladies and gentlemen, it comes down to this. Game number 3, back to a best of 1. The Ohio brothers, this time on the blue side. Homeboys going on to the red. Nolan banned out. They do not want a repeat of game number 1. And the Arlet also going to be taken away from TOB with a Baksha. 3 games, 3 Baksha bans.
You know, at the end of this game, regardless of what the result is going to be, I'm just happy that at least for the Homeboys, they're able to break Wolf's mentality when it comes down to drafting style. Because really, this one's really tough to predict overall.
Hey, gotta say, I saw you. You were kind of. It was kind of nerve-wracking to you.
we don't talk
We
about
don't talk about that.
We don't talk about the chair I'm sitting on. They have to replace it 2 times during that cast. I don't know if they've got a 3rd one in the back.
They do. Don't worry. Especially for you, but that's it, Gideon. So this, luckily, it is the final game, right? Win or lose, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Oh man, everything's coming down to Trex saying sorry.
Yeah.
Rafael's sad watching at home, but now he's pumped after game 2, and you're still here, Wolf.
That means the Angela should be the battle for TOB.
Okay, let's see whether that's going to be the case here.
Yeah.
They've got about 10 more seconds to actually talk about what the rest of the draft is going to look like, especially with the potential first pick. Valentina gets banned out. They're shaking things up.
I think they might want to go for the Faramis, that means, right? They want to just
Yes,
bait
I
it,
agree. I agree.
Go for the Valentina ban, pick up the Faramis, deny any sort of answer to that Faramis.
Yep.
And it's also great because, hey, technically it's a 1-1 counter. We did get to see that early on, game number 2. Not so much in the later stage because he was able to just maneuver around it, layer on top of that Nether Realm.
Yep.
But the Homeboys want to ban the Faramis. That's too risky. They ban it out, they pick TOB pick 1-1, right?
Yeah, maybe they let go of the Faramis. They pick up Joy and +1, maybe get the Bruno perhaps because it's not banned out.
And then we get the Hilda Petrify.
That's also true.
I feel like Homeboys are going to revert to a utility jungle. Just the raw feeling. Ah, okay. At least
had enough.
We've had enough, you know?
It's great because that Faramis ban confirms that the Hilda Petrify is not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Wanwan's still available.
Yeah.
I don't think
Zia.
I will be there upon the
Yeah.
Angela.
is picking.
I forgot, man. 2
That's it
games
for
in a row.
attack.
Angela's been banned out by Homeboys, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, Angela. That means Homeboys will go for if Joy is still open, and because the Angela was picked up, you kind of reduce the you can still pick up Hilda, right? Because it can be mid lane.
That's
Angela.
true.
That's true.
That's true.
So do you want to go Joy 1-1 if you're Homeboys immediately? But that means that begs the Phobias, right?
Yeah, right? I feel like they need to kind of hold... if anything, you go for the standard picks, right?
Bruno.
Matilda.
Bruno, I think, is
Bruno, yeah.
I think they might have to take the 1-1 away, right? I mean, Zia has been popping off. Every single time he gets the 1-1.
Yeah.
Oh, they go for
Bruno.
Bruno.
Time to go
So,
to the RT show.
okay, it's Bruno and
Lilia.
Lilia.
Okay. Lane Prio.
Yeah, they're thinking about the Angela going mid perhaps, and they want to just nail the Angela into the turret. You're not able to roam. Equals to the Angela's not really going to be useful. Force it to go as a roam, not as a mid.
Yeah. You can go, if you're TOB, you kind of want to go Mino plus the 1-1, but that kind of confirms your Angela. At the same time, it's a very strong combo because no matter what happens, you're allowed for takeoff. But then it doesn't give them that ability to kind of flex it up.
To lead the
Time to
charge.
drop
That's
the
Hilda.
beat of the flash.
And the Joy.
Wow.
So
Well,
they picked the Hilda as a deny from the Joy pick that he's going for, from a counter from Homeboys.
but okay, if you are Homeboys, you still have a lot of, you still have Cho, you still have perhaps Minotaur is there, and Kaja in a way.
That's true. Let's also not forget that the fact that Joy can actually be flexed into the EXP, worst comes to worst, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Matilda is still open for Homeboys.
It is.
It still is a pretty good hero in this particular case.
Agreed.
It's not bad.
Not
Can
bad.
get you out of the engages, the dives coming in from TOB, from Joy.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, what do Homeboys do? They want to pick up an XP laner? Maybe perhaps even a jungler.
Yeah.
Getting a utility jungle pick here, maybe to deny that Hilda early game invade.
Prepare for the return of awesome.
It's a Kai, right? Is that not a Kai?
Yeah. That is going to be a Kai.
utility
Alright.
jungle. Okay.
All right. So pretty safe, pretty sound. At
Yeah.
the very least, you know, you have like an inbuilt purify just to make sure that you can still do what Chibi does best, and to secure these lords.
The thing
Now even
is-
better, right? Heavy spin.
Yeah, but the Joy has CC immunity.
To me,
Not anymore.
fun is all that matters.
We still have it with max stacks.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean,
but
with
it's,
that,
it's more like
it's like conditional,
Yeah,
right?
yes,
conditional.
All right, yeah, I agree with you. That's true.
That's the thing. If we're here, we are at the table, ununified about small things. Can you imagine what these coaches and analysts are thinking about in their
For
heads?
sure.
Because it's like, where do you start putting your priority? Where do you start investing, right? Because
Yeah.
it feels like no matter what you do, at the end of the day, these coaches are arming these players with the best weapons possible, and still the execution needs to be clean.
Yeah.
It needs to be
on the
more than
way.
clean. It needs to be perfect right now.
Good
In this
ban.
kind of a situation where everything's on the line, for Homeboy specifically, I would have to say. Because for TOB, they're playing freely, right? Win or lose, they're out of the tournament.
Yeah, that's right. And that alleviates a lot of pressure on them. And it's not like they can easily get rattled, right? TOB, honestly, they can just ban out the Minotaur at this point because that's the... Or maybe Tigreal, perhaps. The Zord can still play it. I think now TOB... I always don't like the Brody going up against the... generally, I don't like the Brody. It does win against the Bruno. And I guess it will be different now because you now have the Angela. Angela plus Brody is quite strong.
It is quite strong.
Yeah.
You don't like Brody.
I don't like the way he said that.
Yeah.
It feels like
Why?
it had a motivation behind it.
It does not win games. It wins games, but it does not win like tournaments, you know?
I mean, Bebex didn't win on the Brody earlier. You're right on
Yeah.
that. Okay. Minotaur banned out with the Mathilda as
Yeah.
well. Hey, do Homeboys go for a signature Cho now that Akai has been, you know,
Yeah.
picked in? They can go for the Joy lockdown with the Cho.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Paquito first, right? Just hide that
Interesting.
Roamer choice. I think for Zord as well. This is weird, but he can also flex that Akai to the...
Yeah, that's true.
if they really need it,
yeah.
they can do it, right? But if they
Okay.
don't, then they can just pick up a signature Zorn hero with the Matilda and the Minotaur banned out.
I think TOB doesn't have a choice. Brody should be the pick. Irithel is also considerable since they have the Angela anyways.
Yeah.
You can sprint. You can pop the Purify. Maybe if they want to risk it, they can go carry. Because they might be... Yeah, they might have a good shot at that hero. And
With no lockdown though, that's a
Yep.
bit tough.
that's quite tough. So carry, and then maybe what they get you get Uranus. I guess Uranus should be the case.
I will shape this world.
No, they
Yeah.
go for... Whoa, whoa!
Okay.
that's the
Edith
Brody.
and the Brody. The Brody, with all the heroes banned out, that's probably the only viable choice. Maybe a Beatrix, but very tough against this kind of comp. Edith,
Yeah.
though. Edith in the XP. It should
Yeah.
be Edith XP. We haven't seen it. I think this tournament, we haven't seen Edith XP.
Yeah.
No, we actually have seen Edith
One
XP
game?
before. One game.
Oh. Win or lose.
What was it again? It's not coming to me. I don't have my notes. The
Yeah.
worst timings possible. I'll get
Yeah.
back to you on that one. I'll get back to you as we look at this final pick coming in for the
Yeah,
side
it's
of
actually
Homeboys,
TOB
right?
going up against Daewoo.
Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Thank
Yeah.
God we got Wolf.
Did they
on
win
the
or
desk.
lose?
They
You
won.
are
No,
not
they didn't.
obligated to answer that.
They actually lost. They actually lost.
They
So I think
lost.
Cho is the best. I think Tiger. There's something about Tiger in this game that I kind of wanted.
Yeah, the
for
Brody can't
Homeboys.
go Purify.
Yeah.
Cho or Tigreal, it's going to be a
Yeah, Cho.
very tough hurdle to go against. And you've called
You
it
it.
again. Whoa!
Wolf.
Do it.
You're lucky that right now the speakers aren't English, because then they would know before they know, they would know that you have predicted their draft.
It's crazy how he doesn't have a ring on his finger.
Yeah.
we all know the answer to that. We all know why.
I don't know why.
B
You are.
WB. Wolf. Boom bang bada bing.
It's time to get into this game as we break down the compositions one last time for an elimination match. Will TOB bring down the Homeboys with a composition that is pretty flexible, good lane potential, great at securing lords. But TOB, look at that comp.
It's again all in on the laning stage. I'm gonna be very basic about this. Late game, it belongs 100% to, well, actually, not 100%, maybe 70% to the side of Homeboys. I like their odds better in the late game. Then when you're looking at
5 seconds till
Homeboys,
the
they
enemy
gotta
reaches
make
the
do with the lane prio
Smash
once
them.
again. Okay, so there are two ways that you can use the Tiger in this particular game. You can go invade where you just reset the objective, and second is you can go defensive, right? So because the Hilda is gonna be invading, you kind of wanna control it at least. There it is, the resets.
Yep. Always. The draft reflects the game, though. It's all in or nothing. It's do or die for both these teams right now, especially for Homeboys and Zorn. Zorn!
Force him. He's going to do it again.
Oh!
There we
Ooh.
go. Retribution. That's
was
what we were
close.
expecting. And worst yet, Zorn is able to pick up all the small little fruits. So he's not, best player is not even topped up even after that, right?
Yep.
And now as they start to play around the map, where are they going to start leaning their focus into? That's what I'm curious about, especially with these types of rotations.
I wonder as well, why is Shark not level 2 yet? What happened in there? Take a look at Zorn. Did he pick up the roam boots a little bit later?
Did Zorn actually get the little
Oh,
creep of the purple buff? I
maybe.
think that might be the best
That might be.
explanation for it, right? I'll look
That's
at the replay.
Oh boy, that would have been so. That's got to be a little frustrating here. But let's not forget that Super Shark
He
this
did.
time.
He did.
He
Oh
did.
my
He did.
goodness.
Dang, real nice. Zorn now having the flicker on out of there, and it's going to be pumping on the string that locks him down with the help of the follow-up. The onward, they secure first blood. Who takes the kill?
Gotta expect the Homeboys. They have all the tools to get into the late game that we're talking about. Like they have Sepat going for the Paquito, and they also have that can go for the split push. They also have Warlord to clear out the waves. Then Bruno is just generally good from early to the late stages of the game.
Yeah. I think in this matchup as well, specifically this matchup, I want to talk a little bit about it. Bruno versus the Brody. All the Bruno needs to do is technically stay out of range from the Brody. The Brody can bully only if he's in range, but that's it. Meanwhile, Bruno just outscales him. Shark.
Yep, he's now getting pushed back. It's going to be a little scary here, right? Because now Zorn is coming to a point where he has a slight EXP lead. Doesn't look like best player is falling off just yet. Chibi's going to take his time. Electrifying Pete's going to come out pretty early on here.
Early.
Now here comes the heavy spin. Yellow is going to try and lock him down as the reset comes through. Chibi has committed too much of his HP. He's on the run. They're going to start running for the bushes, and they finally secure the kill. Yellow takes out Chibi in the meantime. Hoon's already gone, but now the fight is going to break out even further. Best player still a little healthy, but they find Super Shark. Finally, the trade's back 2-1.
Oh man, that was quite uncharacteristic for Hoon. He popped the ultimate in the middle of the river, and that meant that he died afterwards, even after the Purify. So that's a weird interaction. That's why it kind of looked awkward for the Ohio brothers. But then again, he's rocking the Brave Smite, so
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. I can see that. And the Homeboys as well. The resets that they've been able to do, the fact that TOB were actually the ones forced out despite them starting it first. Now Homeboys have all the resources necessary to force this out. The heavy spin cancels any attempt of TOB's steal. That's why they just give it over. They know it'll just be in vain.
Yep.
that's right.
It's a non-contest here. More importantly, I mean, the battle spells as well. I mean, everything for the side of the Homeboys is not making their way up to that top side. Are we expecting a potential invade as we see best player using Retribution? Now, oh, no pick on the side of Super Shark.
Nope.
It'll be a tight early game. The fact that Ohio brothers didn't really overtake in the first 3 minutes of the game, that's quite concerning if you're a fan of NA. At the same time, though, if you go to the first Lord of the game at around 8 minutes, 9 minutes, that means that Zia should have 3 items, so it'll be great. Zorn was top global Tiger about 2 years ago. Very specific.
Fun facts.
Fun
About
fact.
2 years ago. Very specific. Zorn. That's why in MPLI he also mentioned, right, I really wanted to play Tigreal, but the team just didn't let me.
Yeah.
Finally in M5, we get to see that, and we'll see if it brings them the victory when it matters the most. The pick that he's been wanting to go for. So far, he's been doing very well. Chibi.
Oh, he got the lockdown. Oh, wait, Suppot actually
Angela.
going pretty hard. He even flickered in for this. Mielo looking for the same best player, makes it over the wall and gets away. A lot of commitment for the side of the Homeboys, but no cigar just yet as they walk away with nothing to basically get out of it.
Flicker for flicker, a few ultimates as well. There's no one actually wins technically unless Shark is able to steal this.
He wouldn't, right? No, he's not. And now we're the Purify actually coming out as Super Shark to get himself out of there in time.
The hell is with Super Shark? Sprint is the Hilda spell. In 2 games that I will play in my last series, I will play. I will use neither.
You're never gonna take a Purify or Petrify ever again.
Wait till you see Revitalize Hilda.
Oh god.
In the bush plus Revitalize. Back and forth. That's ultimate healing.
Execute Hilda.
Hey, that actually, I believe Keyboy's done that before.
He has done that.
But
But
he's Keyboy. Come on.
Yeah, true.
hey, but he's also. Wait, hold on. They get the lockdown onto best player 1. Looks like even with the hard guard, he might be in a lot of trouble here. As the backline getting attacked, Ryzel might be in some trouble here. Zorn flickers away. GB secures the neutral, and now they're on the run. I'm surprised nobody else from the side of the Homeboys actually died there.
Yeah, they just... Well, technically, I feel like it's Homeboys' disengage that actually gave TOB a way back to get out. Because Homeboys, right after the turtle, right after that initial kill, they said, now we're done. We really just want to outscale you guys. You guys are the ones forced to fight. You guys are the one forced to look for a snowball early. The fact that we have it, we're happy with it.
Yep. I think that's the fair assumption of what Homeboys' approach will be. And I don't blame them for that. I think it's actually the right decision.
I agree. Oh my goodness.
What
Warlord.
was that?
He's got black shoes. It's totally fine. We did see a bit of a lane swap actually occur, trading tier 1s on either side. Homeboys take top tier 1, while the Ohio brothers take bottom tier 1. So interesting off-tempo play here being made, but more importantly so, right? Look at how the mid lane is just getting... Everybody's just converging towards it. This no man's land in the river is not a safe place.
Yeah. And also, mid-game power spike, right? Just as the gold urn gets popped up here, Ryzel and Zia, despite Ryzel's attempt of playing it safe, he's still actually ahead. But that won't change too much when it comes to power spikes. Brody should have a bit more of a power spike to hit earlier. But right now, Super Shark, they want to utilize that.
Yep, Yellow flickers forward. With trying to, and yeah, actually finds his Zorn's in a lot of trouble. He can't get out of there in time. Even with Chiba with the heavy spin, tries his best. They don't find a return kill in time. His best player now attacking the back lines with the electrifying bleed to the help of Hoon's Heart Guard. They secure the kill onto Zia. And now Selfbot late to the party. What's up, everybody? Is it already over?
Earlier power spike equals to full capitalization in the early stage. They got that mid-game and instantly they saw an opening. They went for it. They know it's now or never, right? If Homeboys continue to deny fights away from them to just go for neutral objectives, TOB will not have an opener this game.
Yeah. You can see that TOB is... they understand that this is their power spike. There should be their power spike. So even when they are trading behind with 1,000 gold, it should be fighting. Then you think about it, best player eventually will have a lot of like scaling compared to the Akai when it comes to the damage, which kind of makes me think that maybe this is their way to the late game where Ryzel will be frail compared to a Joy.
Yep, Primal Wrap being popped by Mielo as he gets pushed away from the entire fight around the turtle. But speaking of which, best player also makes his attempt on the dive as Ryzel goes down to Hoon. Good dive. It's up by trying to escape, but the puppet on the string keeps it locked down. Best player tries his best. Great heavy left hand, but champion stands to keep him alive. GB finds a kill back onto Super Shark. Does he have his ult? No, he used it earlier. Good jobs from both sides.
Man.
And now Turtle turns into Lord.
Gonna have to hand it to Sepa, just keeping himself safe and did not panic at all. He was just moving, waiting for the combo first, because sometimes that is what happens to Paquito players. When they panic, they forget the fact that they need to combo their spells.
Zorn too, gotta give it to him. The composure he had to wait for the last second of that implosion.
That's
it made even TOB question, wait, does he have it up? Why wasn't he using it? And then once he did, oh, he has it up, guys. He's bringing us to the turret. Oh no. This mid-game power spike, that's very well played from Homeboys, right? Despite the fact that Ryzel actually died there, they were able to keep it level. Because TOB, they did not just want that pick. They wanted that pick and to capitalize on the Lord to really, really get a firm grasp on that snowballing potential.
It's about finding the resources, right? We look at the gold earn once more. Zia actually coming up pretty high here as this Lord dance is going to initiate. It looks like best player clearing down on that bot side. Boys, they're aware of it, but at the same time, there's housekeeping to be done on all sides of the map.
I like how even game number 3 is.
Oh my god. All right, Super Shark, he's getting hit, but the question is, does he survive? Purify to get himself out of there. Warlord as well.
Wow.
Manages to get out even without the black shoes. They lock down Mielo. It's pretty good. They find the initial pick, but here comes best player with the help of the Heart Guard as well. Sees Zorn, sees Ryzel. It just it just isn't worth it right now.
That was perfect. The execution from Homeboys. They punish an overextension by actually splitting TOB up and picking them off one by one. They know that TOB need to layer their damage together to actually burst down through these tanky members. So Zorn, that solo ult, it looked weird, but it did the job.
Zia waiting for the play. They want to go for Sepot?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they got the puppet on the string, right? They've got everything. They flickers out just in time.
Beautiful,
Nicely
beautiful.
done from Subot. Even Zia committing is all he thought he was going to get that kill, but unfortunate. Back to neutral zones for both sides.
No. Good lord. Imagine, this started as a turtle, by the way.
Yeah.
At 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And now it has been alive for 2 minutes now.
Speaking of which, Zorn now getting attacked by the electrifying beads,
Wow.
and that's going to be Super Strike securing the kill.
Uh-oh.
Wait, GB might be in trouble. Heavy spin being utilized as well. The lockdown's here to make something happen. Saban tries with a jab, but gets blocked, unfortunately, by best player as he takes out Warlord. And now the turnaround for the side of the Ohio brothers. 3 for nothing.
They were given a losing hand and they instead all in that moment. The heavy spin used up defensively, but he used the skill one, the headbutt offensively. That was a weird commitment from the Homeboys.
Exactly.
And you don't do that in Ohio, buddy.
Don't do that in Ohio. And the thing is, they used the heavy spin, but there wasn't any follow-up. I think that Chibi kind of overstayed there because
For
that
sure.
meant that Hoon was able to heal up. Zia flickered out, and then just pops the ultimate, the fadeaway. The fact of the matter is, they have to commit their stunts onto Joy and not on the Brody. They can technically just ignore the Brody, but now they can't.
Even
Maybe,
if Zorn was dead.
Exactly. At this point, what is Zorn building up? Radiant armor. That's why they were able to take down this Tiger easily, courtesy of Super Shark as well as Zia.
Here we go. Now, tier 2s are starting to collapse on all sides. They've got a synchronized wave. Best players pushing down bot side with the Lord on top. They crack tier 2s here. Ryzel should be able to handle that by himself, but for now, even mid is getting chunked out pretty hard. No commitment just yet. Here comes best play with the electrifying beats, forcing out the black shoes for the side of Warlord. Even the hard guard getting committed too. Homeboys aggress. The Ohio brothers regress.
Honestly, I think that's worth it for Homeboys, not losing any inhibitor, not giving up the holy defense, and they still keep their mid lane tower intact.
But they don't keep that tier 2 in the bottom lane intact. That's why the Brody is a turret eater. Whoa, best player 1. Again, always just such an annoying threat.
Yeah.
And see, there's nothing Homeboys can really do there. Because if Zorn committed an implosion, no, it's not worth it. The rest of the team will just engage again. BP1 is only the first layer of damage, a poke that's coming in. And again, look, always, even if he baits a heavy spin, baits an implosion, it's worth it for them.
Yep, best player 1. I mean, look at him. He's 2 levels ahead of Chibi, and this was like at 12 minutes, 11 minutes even, he already achieved this. He's just using his electrifying beats off a cooldown just to kind of instigate something.
Yeah. And this is the point where you reach critical mass on your Joy. It's rather earlier compared to other Joys that we've seen, because typically you struggle with the Joy. This time, because of the fact that they have the Angela, it amplifies this Joy to a point where in the mid game where he only has, what, 1 or 2 items, you're still not afraid to actually engage to your opponents. Because you have the follow-up, you have heal, you have additional damage, and you have the help of the Brody. And I think that they... it acted like a catalyst on how this Joy will be farming, because typically the Joy will need a lot of time farming, right, before he's able to reach critical mass. But I guess that with what TOB has been doing with the Angela, with the Brave Smite Angela and the Purify, come on.
It's a sustained battle.
It's a sustained
he
battle.
He knows exactly what tools he brought to the sustained
sir.
battle, man. You think I'm just healing and shielding? I can also heal even more.
When you think it's over, it's really not.
And then there's
If you thought-
Purify Hilda, right?
If you thought Angela alone, Hilda alone was already annoying, wait till you get to Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Once you get to Ohio, you finally understand why they say...
This is how we do it in Ohio.
Exactly.
That's how they do it.
How do you put it? The Ohioans.
The Ohio. That's the worst way I could have put it, to be fair. Look, NA probably cringed a little, but don't worry, don't worry. We have more in store here. Especially, I mean, I got more in store, especially if they take down the homeboys in this manner.
Man.
Oh,
But
man.
speaking of which, right, I think one of the few small, minute details here about, you know, having a Hilda with a Purify as we look at the draft index overall is the fact that if the lockdown coming in from the implosion of Zorn's Tigreal, at the very least, you can try to disrupt, right? You can try to body block, you can Purify, look to body block the initial jabs, maybe more importantly, try to cancel out animations here and there, especially since you are a Hilda. That's kind of your job. That's why Assassins hate her.
And that's why for homeboys as well, especially here, looking at the way their comp has been built around, they're really relying on a very specific amount of things to happen in court, like in sync. They have to get a good pin down. They have to get a good implosion. If it's not used properly, especially once we get to the later stage, I feel like that's why we did see early game and even late game in the index there. It's actually held down by TOB.
That's right.
They have more ways of executing this draft, and we'll see exactly that as we have actually found that the Warlord has been taken down during the... Okay, Warlord. Just
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty
He's just taking a
depressing.
nap.
She's just taking a nap.
He's
All
just
right.
taking a nap.
taking a
Don't worry
nap.
about it. At least now he's got about like 12 seconds to breathe a little bit, start thinking about how he's going to actually deal with specifically best player who's been being an absolute nuisance. It looks like he's building up to eventually a genius one, I would assume, but he might even consider a Winter Truncheon here. As once again, best player using the electrifying beats to help push people off to get the tier 2.
Yeah, I think that if you have, at this point, with all of the items that the best player has, electrifying beats will be around 20-second cooldown. Yeah, it's just purify.
You thought I was going to use the hard guard? No, I got to purify.
I got to purify.
I'm good.
What are you talking? What are you talking about?
Why are you even hovering on me? I have a purify, Hoon. Come
Purify,
on,
come
man. I forgot.
What do you think? This is a sprint, Hilda?
So
a petrify,
annoying.
Hilda? Hell no!
So annoying because homeboys are relying on a big set, and that basically denies it away from them.
Exactly, but look at this rushdown coming up from the side of the Ohio brothers, right? They're trying to make sure that TOB have the best opportunity, but it looks like best player going to be using his electrifying beats, and the hard guard is being executed as well. Zorn tries to attempt on Zia's side, and now it's a 4v5 in favor of the Ohio brothers. This should be a non-contest for the Lord. GB is trying to walk up, but nah, Super Shark, he's got him monitored.
I gotta give props to Super Shark there, man, because we did see, obviously, Zia. Zia was the dude who actually was able to bait Zorn, poke him down all the way, but Shark zoned Rizel so hard there. He saw Sapat in the bush. He actually gave Sapat some time to react. Like, are you gonna move?
Yep.
And Sapat did, and he's like, all right, I'll start bashing you. That was a
the
pretty
thing.
funny interaction.
That's the thing, right? When you're Bruno in this particular game, do you actually want the purify, right? Like, what actually locks you down in place? Imagine if you had, like, Flicker, perhaps, or maybe even Sprint. So you can actually run down this Hilda.
I guess it would just be Mielo, right? Because that's what Mielo has been trying to do each and every time. He's been trying to go for like an Earth Shatter Flicker, play onto Rizel, maybe even onward if he wants to get out of that. But here comes best player once again with the electrifying beats on top of Rizel. It's actually getting very, very close. He's so low as they crack open the inhibitor. GB's going to have to try his best to hold on for as long as he can, but he's going to have to use his ult to push away the minions, to not lose out on the mid inhibitor. It cracks still no matter what. And now the Ohio brothers looking to try and make an end here. They're getting Trump. Best player is doing a wonderful job here.
Sword?
No, it gets canceled out.
Oh, no.
They still can't make it happen. Super Shark finally goes down. Good crits from Rizel. Now, Black Shoes coming out for the side of Warlord. Are they going to back up, or do the Ohio brothers want to keep aggressive? Yeah, they're going to take one more inhibitor before they leave, and they crack it open, and now that should be it.
What a cancel from Mielo. That could have been the set that homeboys have been looking to find the entire game. What a goat.
What a goat. Man. And the Ohio brothers, you would think that they didn't have a best shot, especially because homeboys are very patient with their ultimates, but here they go.
Yep, Rizel, he's in a lot of trouble. The electrifying beats is already out. He slide tackles just in time, and now it's Moon who takes him out again! Zorn, he's going down. He's lost his immortality. This is not looking good for the homeboys. TOB are walking away with everything.
TOB Zia.
Whew. Top Zia, for sure. Super Shark is back with without the Purify.
Okay.
goodness.
They're going to look for it for
Right.
the mid wave. Zorda and Ryzo are down. It's
Oh.
only Warlord.
No, a Warlord
Lily.
already
Oh,
prepared.
Milo!
Yep, he's trying for it. Onward is going to be able
Oh,
to get
damage!
somehow this time, but no, Warlord chunks him out just in time, making sure that they at least even up the score.
Oh,
No,
no.
hard part memory.
They gotta go out.
They gotta get out of here, man. I don't know, but this is starting to get.
Oh.
This is really frustrating because every single time we see best player make these engagements, especially with the heart guard, right? If he's successful, it doesn't matter who gets the kill, whether Hoon or best player. Hoon
Yeah.
with fleeting time is going to get the heart guard again, and they rinse and repeat.
Yep. And big props to Warlord, however. Able to set up with a defense. That's why the minions weren't there. And he actually survived Zia. Even with the hard guard in there, actually buying time. This allowed them to eventually defend. Didn't have to even pop the Purify. The usage of the ultimate was just there. And now Ohio Brothers, they may have the lead, but they cannot be careless going up against Homeboys. This is again another retry battle.
Oh,
Okay.
Black Shoes being used early,
Oh,
getting
no.
on top of Ryzel. He's left alone. It's going to happen all over again as best player takes out Ryzel. They're going to lock him down for a while, but now the heavy spin to disengage as Subbot clears the waves mid as well as bot side, but TOB continue to spearhead this comp.
No Ryzo, no Warlord. That means no chance of a retreat battle to even happen for Chibi. TOB, they learned in game number 2 that in a retreat battle we lose, so we'll just fight, we'll just chase Subbot even in the bottom lane. That's even more!
Yep, the onward lands on towards Orange's side. He's gone! This is it! This might just be it for the Ohio Brothers. They're going to fight for the kills, but they're going straight for the Crystal. Sabot flickers forward. Malcolm trying to push out the waves. It's too late! It's over! GG! Well played! The representatives of NA bring down Malaysia down to their feet. Ohio Brothers, do it!
The Ohio Brothers have transcended in their last game now. They are the Ohio bosses. My goodness gracious. In their last game, they choose to take down the last hope of Malaysia, the last Malaysian representative, the champions of Malaysia.
First pick, Angela, that was banned out first 2 games. Braves might Purify, and you have the Hilda with the Purify. The lane prio tactics coming out from the Ohio Brothers didn't look like it will work, but it did in game 1 and game 3. Even game 2 was quite close. Homeboys weren't prepared for this. And my goodness, TOB, I did not think that they can do this to Homeboys.
We're gonna throw it to Manjin for an interview with the Homeboys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for Homeboys. Guys, thank you so much. You can now give your final bow to the audience. Once again, Homeboys. GGWP, you can now return to your room. And now let's call on the victors. The best in the West, the Ohio Brothers. Come on. Come here. Guys, you exited this tournament with a bang. All right? You have so many fans, of course. You have so many fans. Anyone can answer. Anyone can answer. How important is this victory for you guys? How important is this win?
I mean, this M5 run was, bad, but, ending with a bang, it means a lot to us. We're still happy and we're still gonna move forward and, do our thing.
All right, you're moving forward. You lost your first 2 series. You lost your first 2 matches. What are the lessons that you learned to get this victory? Any lessons that you learned? Anyone can answer. You can pass the mic. Go, Milo, you. Yeah. What are the lessons that you learned? You lost your first 2 matches.
Something we learned is definitely not to underestimate anyone here, because everyone here respectively is the best in their own region, so we should have equally prepared, equally tried, focused.
Okay, to focus and respect everyone. All right. what can we expect from NA in the near future? I want to ask Hoon. Hoon, what can we expect from NA in the near future?
More assassin games.
More assassin games. All right, more assassin games. That's Hoon, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys. Can you please, I won't take this any longer. Can you please give your final messages one by one? Let's start off with Coach. Your final messages to your fans. Let's start off with Coach. Can you please pass the mic, Hoon? Yes. Final messages to your fans.
Just want to say to all the fans who supported the Ohio Brothers in North America, thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting us, and we'll be back next year. Thank you.
Okay, they will be back next year. How about you, Zia? How about you?
To all NA fans and Ohio Brothers, we're sorry that we couldn't get out group stage, but I think we ended the run with a banger. But thank you for everything, though.
All right, next. Come on.
Thank you for everyone coming today. And again, I want to say sorry to NA, but we will do better in MC. Thank you.
You know, as sad as I am, as happy as I am right now, sending homeboys home with us, I'm still sad, it does hurt me a lot still. I'm so sorry to all my fans and the NA crowd, We will do better next time, I promise.
Yeah. All right, all right. Hoon, do you have any special shout-outs to a special someone? Do you have any special mentions?
Thank you for supporting us and then, help us a lot throughout the M5 journey. His name is Dave.
Okay.
Assassin Dave. Thank you. We actually tried really hard this game, even though we're out of the series, because we don't want to waste the effort that we put in.
And everyone is proud of you guys. Everyone from NA is proud of you guys. And now, Milo, your final message? Final message?
Thank you to my Indonesian fans out there for your unwavering support. Please keep supporting me. I love you guys.
That's it. That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. The best in the West, the Ohio Brothers. You can now exit the stage. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much, Hoon. All right, that game was intense. Let us now throw it back to our shoutcasters. Take it away.
Oh, hold it back, yo, stop, guys.
You better like that jacket.
Stop.
You better take that jacket.
Guys,
I swear to God, I'm gonna get you this time.
You really had to do it,
Thank you,
Wolf.
Secret Lab.
I mean, it's good protection, man. You can't get through that, Gideon. Might as well try next time, right? Later, right? Come on. We got a show to continue here, man.
We got a show. We got a show.
Oh, my
We got a
goodness.
show.
I had to hold them off for the entire interview there, guys. But you know what happened, Wolf? Why'd you have to do it, man?
Why'd you gotta do it again? This is what, the third year
You're lucky
in
to
a
throw in
row?
here.
I'm lost for words. I already posted it by Facebook account that I'm dead. Naisu, please. Naisu, where are you? Help me out here.
We got to get some bodyguards up here for Wolf. I can't hold Gideon alone, especially I just got word Lapel's on the way to the venue just to... Oh, man, let's deep dive on the game again. What exactly happened? And who's the MVP, most importantly, in game number 3? Who made it happen for the Ohioans?
Oh, the Ohioans. Of course, it's best player, 100% kill participation. The fact that this was designed for the Joy, in fact. They went in for the Brody. And we said that Brody's, it doesn't win tournaments, but at the same time, it kind of paved the way so that the Joy will have a comfortable mid-game. Because what happens now is that your side lanes are okay. It's not winning per se, like Brody versus the Bruno, but it's stabilized. So that means that Hoon as well as Mr. Super Shark only had to deal with the mid lane and the jungle. So they protected best player many times this game. In fact, the usage of the Heart Guard was so well put in this game. Look at how tanky that Joy was. I mean, eventually it dies, but it kind of wins the battle eventually for TOB. And then Super Shark just, rampages through. And now Chibi locked down Super Shark. Super Shark will be able to get out eventually. Then best player punishes. They found Rizal for some reason in that fight. And that is actually, giving a lot of openings coming out from a TOB. A very sweaty fight, though.
Yeah,
in this
no, this is why best player is going to be the MVP, right?
Yeah.
Those quick decisions on the fly. Suddenly, Rizal comes into vision, instantly goes right into it, right? Changes the plan on the fly, and I think that's what we wanted to see from the side of TOB, the flexibility overall to punish the members of the Homeboys.
Super fast adaptation from game number 2 where best player was outclassed in the retry department. He says, you know what, all right, let me play to my strengths, Assassins. And that's what Hoon also said, we're going to see more Assassins. With BP1 feeling very comfortable on the Joy, he just kept on going. And yeah, Homeboys, they doubled down on Chibi's retry. They weren't able to get close. They get poked down before even contesting for the neutral objective.
Now, Wolf, I want to ask you real quick. Super Shark, Hilda, Purify,
and Petri.
I think the Petri was definitely one of those momentum-based things.
Yeah.
But with the Purify, we did actually get to see one of the few moments where it actually pays off. I thought I was kidding for a second there. It's like one of those, I'm grasping at straws, but it actually happens.
Yeah, I guess it's because of the amount of valid lockdown that you can get from Homeboys. To be fair, right? I'm not from Ohio. I really don't understand this Purify, but it worked, right? And what he really need to do in this game is to just be in front of Rizal or to Sepat. And you'd see that there was a lot of times where he was trying to chase down Rizal as well as Sepat, individually. And then, if you think about it, having the Purify also allows you to kind of close the gap against Warlord. You can be in on top of the Lilia again. So essentially what the Purify did for Super Shark is it allowed access for him to be able to get on top of the hero that they need to be on top of. So, for example, if they want to force the ultimate from Warlord, they have that. They want Rizal, they also have that. Then it also paves the way for now best player to get into the backlines, not worrying about any additional stunts for himself.
I mean, with considering everything that has happened here, Zia comes out as the rich guy and as well as the carry. But man, what a game this could have been for the side of the Homeboys, especially if they, I don't know. It felt a little awkward at times. Yes, there's obviously cheese strats, but then when do you start to see the adaptations? I feel like the Homeboys, these small mistakes really started to compound in interest as we started moving to the later stages of the game.
I feel like it was, again, the curveball that happened. Game 1, Game 2, even though TOB looked for fights, it's always around neutral objectives. Their cheese picks were centered around securing these objectives to get that lead and to get the snowball going. The fact that TOB technically didn't really need to contest any neutral objectives this game, they were just looking for fights around neutral objectives, gave Homeboys the false sense of security that, you know what, this is the best comp. This is a good comp for neutral objective control. They have an AoE CC from Zorna set up. They have a very strong prio laner in the XP lane. Same goes for the mid lane with the Lilia. It was perfect for setting up for neutral objectives, but getting poked